Alright, hello and welcome. Why are you not... Oh, you know, because I bet this is not set to the right thing. Properties... You? Hey, there we go. Actually, if I was smart, I should actually turn this to capture Inkscape rather than a specific monitor. Let me... do that right now. I believe it is a window capture. No, not that. Media source? No. Oh, there we go. Inkscape ID. So now if I hide this, and... Nope, apparently it doesn't want to do that. Okay, well, whatever. Thought I was being clever there. But I'm not using the, tablet today. One, I don't really have space, so I need to clean down here, and if I wasn't gonna do job apps, I should at least do something, so we're gonna do some streaming. Alright, so first things first, we need to set up so my plan here today, hang on, turn that down. How loud is it sounding in there? Probably could turn this down a little bit as well. There we go. It's better. But my plan for today was to make a layout for my mother's birthday. We got a new porch done, you know, about Thanksgiving last year. It was finished. So when it gets warmer, you know, we got to stain it and do all that stuff to it. But I was thinking of making a design for her along like the upper trim and stuff like that. So set some stuff up here, get some ideas down, show them to her, and see where we're going here. But one of the things is, since all my tape measures and stuff are in inches and everything was built in inches, I need to set up some grids here that are in inches. You need to be 0.5. So right now I'm setting it down to 1/4 inch. Seems reasonable for like the smallest sort of space that I'd want to try and paint something. Having never painted in a long time. I suppose I've never painted. I just don't, never painted a house like outside wood, and I can't remember the last time I painted something regularly. Oh, right, those are millimeters. That's why that looked all weird. Okay, looks like we got our nice little, so this is 1 inch, these are 1/2 inches. I don't know what I'm going to do with you yet, but I don't think I need to worry about it so much. Okay, so now let's set our various sizes. Width, 166 inches, 166 by 9. I think for now, let's just turn off that. Half inch, all right. Okay, so the other side is actually 135. Okay, figured use the same design on each side for this, and now the cross beam here with 9. And then 3 by 84. No, sorry, 84 by 3. So these are the pillars on either side of the door outside that's right here. And then we should have 61 inches. So measure. Then it went back to millimeters, huh? To 64. Probably because that's in millimeters. How do I change you? Useful thing to know. Okay, so this is, there's a little dude right here. All right. There's got to be a way to change this. Preferences. This seems like too much. Oh, I bet it's in the document properties, display units, inches. Hey, look at that, crazy. Who would have guessed? I don't know if I want to put anything on these guys. So one of the first things is I want to get these down to more reasonable dividable chunk sizes. So we have 135 inches, not a great number. Let's see what its factors are. Three, 5, 9, 15, 27, 45. Prime factorization 3, 3, 3, and 5. So 3 cubed times 5. I think 120 would be a... Well, we could do 60 and 60. And that would give, you know, why not just... was gonna say why not write this down in chat, but wait, hang on. Let's make sure I've got my mic on. I don't, not that it matters because there's nobody else here, but whatever. Yeah. So. Because I'm thinking we could divide, you know, we would have a 60 over here. Then we could, you know, make sure we have a nice, you know, center this section, and then see what we've got, especially if it's gonna, you know, using the stain as a background color. So I think let's make another guy here. We'll make you 60 by 8. Half-inch thickness. Okay. So let's actually think about it this way. What is from U to 79, huh? Don't like that. Factors. Okay, 79 is a prime number. That's what I thought. Now that doesn't mean you couldn't do something like have sections of different lengths. So that should be, yes, we're going to by 8. .48 by 8. Now there's a nice, a pretty nice one. Dude, every time it only selects, I just have to hit 5 and I have to go 5. So then what are you? No, you're not going to be this. Probably? Oh, you are. Okay. much does it change it if we do it this way? 78 by 7. I think I should just give myself more space, you know? So like for these ones, I actually want to use, I'm thinking of doing like a vine pattern. It's like wherever I start the tree of life, I'm not gonna really care about the pot that it's in, and that'll just take up, you know, down to the bottom. That made sense, hopefully. Those are really different, huh? I feel like doubt. Hang on, I'm gonna go be right back, remeasure this, because I was pretty sure this was symmetric. But maybe I was wrong. Alright, be right back. I was off. This one should be 125. Okay. So we've got our sections, and then maybe these sections. I'm not sure about these. Because we'd probably end up being at like 2 inches. I don't know if I have the skill to make something that would fit in there. But who knows, maybe do like a very simple tree of life here. Alright, so now we've got all of our guys, right? So we've got 78 by 7. We got 3 of those. And 47 by 7. And then 59 by 7, and we got 2 of them, and we got 2, 48, 40, yeah, 4 by 48. What are standard brush sizes? Brush sizes. Click, blick. Okay, so it looks like inch, 3/8, you know, all the standard guys are here, 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch. Okay, so that's just sort of where I want to think about, you know, like if I make the main cord 1 inch thick and then the outline like a 1/4 inch thick, that seems like it would be a good pretty decent fit. Alright, so what does... Oh, 1 inch. Okay, so that's too big. 0.25 looks probably more correct. Yeah, what was the ratio I was using before? So for 20 millimeter, I was using 5, so yeah, quarter. Alright, well, quarter-inch brush is something that exists if I'm using inch grid spacing. Alright, I heard someone bleep. Oh, we got another viewer, though. Alright, so... Alright, lock that, come up to here. So now, how can we cut up the number 78? I mean, factors are 2, 3, 6, 13, 26, 39, huh? Prime factorization of 2, 3, 13. Now that's not the only way that you know, we can cut it up. Well, let's just... Well, first off, let's set up a grid on top of this one. Just so I don't have to keep changing it as often. So we got a lot of options. I think since it's full, we'll actually take from the, or sorry, not full. It's gonna be in focus here, and these are actually on the outside, so these join up, you know, like this, but leave some space. There's gonna be a lot of trial and error here. I'm feeling, well, not like a lot of trial and error, but we are gonna try probably a bunch of stuff. And then we are gonna want continuity. Well, are we though? 7 does give us space to put we could put a lot of words in here. Well, not a lot, but That's an idea, though. So if we did that... How would we want to go about... Should look up, like, Irish blessings, or, I suppose, you can always just ask Michael on Sunday. Irish Girl X Factor? What? Oh. Okay. X Factor. I know what it is now. Irish blessings. I don't want wedding stuff. For a new home? I mean, it's not a new home, but it is a new addition, and we are redoing the kitchen and living room as well, so... Yeah, like, May the Road Rise Up to Meet You is not something I would consider, like, for your home. It's also not like the front door, so... Come on. There's more than 2 Irish blessings here. There's not May the Road Rise Up and May Nothing But Happiness Come Through Your Door. A guide. Okay. Well, maybe. Now here's a nice one. May your walls know joy, may every room hold laughter, and every window open to greater possibility. Maybe. Travel blessings, wedding blessings. Oh, here we go. Blessings for the home. Oh, God, I could... So, because it's 7 lines, 7 inches, if it was 8, then we could do 2 lines of text. But my brain was like, well, what if you did, like, a weird half... I think if we're going to go with one, I like this one. May your neighbors respect you, troubles neglect you, angels protect you, heaven accept you. It's a pretty nice one. Short as well. Like, may you always have walls for the wind. It's nice, but I don't think I've got the kind of space for it. Though, 1, 2, 3, 4, I suppose I don't have to put them all in one, now do I? could break it up in 4 lines. In fact, I've got 6 spaces where I could put something. All these are all 4. Now it's 8, but you probably could break it up. Why? But it hasn't been... whatever. See if I can find some more. No, this is just like a big stack of them here. This seems more like a curse, a child every year to you. I do not think that would be a particularly good... yeah. So if it was like 8 lines long, that'd be a good one. Or I guess we could do 4 on these ones here, and then this could just be something else. The Irish recipe for longevity: leave the bar thirsty. Wait, why did I have 8? I've got 6. I mean, I guess I do have 8, but these aren't gonna... I think Tree of Life is gonna be a much better option there. 60. Here we go. Alright, so I like this one. May your heart be warm and happy with the lilt of Irish laughter every day in every way, forever and ever after. Okay, 3, 4, 8, 9, 15, 17, 18, 22, 23, 26, Alright, so I think I want to put this one like over here. Across this. I probably have enough space for it. And then I may just want to take this up to 8 and then be able to do 2 lines. But I have enough space for 59 characters, including spaces. But whether or not that shakes out is going to be a different thing here. So I think this is more than 59. Now, we could get real... we could get wonky with it. And sort of do a weird interlacing. Yeah, but how many... Yeah, but what's my character count here? 112. Okay. Maybe cut the last 5. So if you cut the last line and forever and ever after, I think it still is good. It still says the things that you want. May still have to get real weird with how we do this, but that's gonna be, you know, a different thing here. Oh, just minimize here. Oh, hey, so it's a birthday present for my mother. I was gonna see if I could figure out how to decorate the inside of the new porch. And so this is sort of the layout of the spaces. Yeah, though, well, I trust myself to do the letter blocks more than I trust myself to actually write any of this, because I thought, like, oh well, maybe I could just put the put the lines in here and then interlace around them, but I don't trust myself to paint letters. But who knows? Maybe once it's all laid out, like, because like this gap here is an inch. Yeah. So the main ones are like out here. This is the full size pieces, and then these are sort of the panels that I put inside. Probably stick something here too, but not sure exactly what yet. Maybe some spiral pattern. Well, I was thinking either put it like here, so the door is over here. And then this is just a solid wall. This is an extension. So we added a porch. Yeah. Well, the porch is already done, so that's why I was able to get the measurements. But yeah, so the door into the house is here. So if you were sitting and looking out, putting the quote on this one would make the most sense, I would think. It's an outdoor porch. So there's going to be like a couple of outdoor chairs, and I think we're going to put like a little mini bar in there. So there's really only just the top parts. I don't know, the frame pieces, I guess, around the top that are really the only exposed wood. Everything else is just like these sections between here. So if you're looking at it, the regular way, there's just a bunch of screens down under these. But I was thinking of taking a page from the Book of Kells here and see if I could combine the letter forms since they did a bunch of weird things with the calligraphy that only makes sense if you already knew what it was saying anyway. And then I could get two layers of text in a block that's 7 high rather than 8. So I'm not quite sure if I trust myself to go. You know, I'd rather keep a wider border and something tighter here to give myself more space than make this only a 1/2 inch border. Ugh, excuse me. I don't know yet. I was thinking originally the letter blocks. Let's see how much space I need. Yeah, just turns it. I need a lot of space. Okay, so we're gonna do this way. So, the reason why I had the idea that I did, well, yeah, but once you know what it is, you just look at it and you know. But so, my idea here is, if you can find spots that line up like this, then you only need 7 rather than 8. Don't know how well that's gonna work, or you could get real weird with it and like have it offset. I don't know. So yeah, you're getting to see it. So here's the first section. So the first word there is may, and then the second, the plus is a space. Second one is your. H, 1, 2, 3. And then another A. there. T. So there's heart. H is this guy. It's a blank space actually. E, A, R, T. Another space. Just so I don't forget here, let's. So I remember that that's an H later. I think we're gonna do a non-serifed B in this letter B in this situation. You went one too far. So normally I would drop this down here, but I don't know. Well, we'll see. It does give you a piece to take out if you're going to try and go for some unity. But, you know, I do like the way it's frames the space here, so let's leave it in. Warm dot dot dash. Sorry. Dot dash dash. Letter A. And then letter R. So like this one should start to look real familiar. AR, AR, AR. A comes after R all the time. Or R comes after A all the time. So this shape is one of the ones you just start to figure out. Like, you know. Like those weird AN in Kells. So I was thinking it looks a lot like linear B, or somewhat like linear B. Share some similarities. Or like pictoforms. Or what's the... We were talking about it. Or maybe we weren't. Maybe we were talking about someone... No. Like the cuneiform tablets. Where, you know, you're just like putting the wedges in. Anyway. That finished warm. A. is dash dash dot? Offhand, I'm not sure. Alright, again, another H. A, two P's. Alright, so there's the first block of text. May you're here. Yeah, it's a pretty good space. I haven't been able to think of like a better way to indicate a space, since it's none of the letters have any intersections, and these are all on the main grid rather than the subgrid like all the letters. So cool. Well, I should be there. I don't know if I'm gonna be not the weekend after this, so like the 16th or whatever that day is. Yeah. I might take this one off as well. Yeah, I think these are gonna be serif or non-serif on these L's. I just do it backwards. That was like the easiest way for me to figure it out. So rather than if I was gonna do her, I would do R-E-H. And then that seemed to help me get it into my brain, and then after that point start practicing going the regular way. But I found backwards to be helpful to pick it up. I mean, I don't know. As a left-handed person, I have often found doing things backwards first was more helpful. You know, I've never tried to, well, that's not true. It's been a while since I've tried to do anything with my right hand. Like, I'm just even trying to write a letter with my right hand, and nothing, like... That is real bad. I'll load this up here so I can... Like, my brain blanked on holding the, this guy on how to do that. Just, those letters were like, maximum brain power. Right, lilt. Done with that. Oh. So did you find the letter blocks that I made and put on Facebook to be helpful? I might remake them again. Well, that's just me. You have one data point of a left-handed person trying to figure out calligraphy, so I am fully willing to accept that it's me that is the weird one on this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna remake it. I can take better, take some better pictures of them. Well, that might be more my artistic skill rather than your understanding of my letter blocks. it is very easy to implement. Hang on. Here we go. Ugh, the air's so dry down here. Oh, that's right. Now there's one of those guys that doesn't get used very often. Alright, well, there's the second line done. Alright, well, let's go to line 3. So you think every day or every day? Oh, no, those are too far. So I just had a thought here. If you got rid of these serifs, or whatever we want to call them, but these guys right here, well, this guy'd have to stay, but this guy, you could smush everything in by one. Every day, or to save a little space, every day. Oh, hey, look at this. We got bots, baby. Oh, we're just gonna time that guy out. Bye-bye. Well, every day is also every day. Well, just means that my channel is getting enough traffic that it's worth shooting bots my way. It's the threshold. But so what I was also saying is, what if we had an even more condensed version of Morse code here? It's half as long. Now to do that, though, I was thinking I'd have to get rid of like these guys. So there'd be no serifs hanging off on the other. Well, you know, before we go too much further, why not do a little... Because on the one hand, it may make reading it more difficult. On the other hand, no one has ever said that they can read what this is anyway, so... What do I care if... Yeah, I feel like it breaks it up more, though, because if you don't have you don't get these nice chunky corners, especially for like letters like Y. And I think, you know, like maybe not every letter. I mean, not every letter ends up having them, but yeah, like if everybody else is. Because I've done a couple without these, and it just, I don't know, it's just kind of boring. Well, tell that to all the other letters that look similar to each other. You know, E, F, U, V, M, or U and V, and P, R, Q, O. If we wanted very distinct letters, we could design a better system of letters where no letter looks the same, but it's not the world we look at. Well, it's not the world we live in, so. No, not that guy. Alright, so now we need to figure out you. But you actually need to be in half. Here to here. I mean, that'll work, so. Cool. Will you please? There we go. Yeah, I mean, there's that, but sometimes you just gotta learn it, right? Animals have the right idea. Just start running and figure it out. If you don't make it, you die. Right? Very simple. But this could be the next. So now I've got two styles of letters. We have regular and condensed. We could call this one simplified, and this one simplified or condensed. Alright, so now, let's actually turn you off. Now, I do not expect either of these to have any form of continuity. Top one's probably going to be 2, maybe 3. I think the bottom one's going to be 2. Oh, this was just for... you know, sort of isolating these two to look at the two styles. But that is always, that's a thing. Could do. Yeah, 0.25. Yeah, it's something that I haven't really, well, I sort of thought about it, like, the first time I did the blocks. So this would have been, like, right after, the conference. Where I had like like little breaks in between each of the letters and everything, and that just felt so constrictive. But yeah, on a per word basis, it might be a little better. Or for something like this. No, it definitely doesn't work. I'll see if I can remember to grab some of my first drafts of the, like, with, you know, breaks between each letter. And it looks real ugly, in my opinion. Alright, so let's see what this guy's got looking like. Well, I did see that coming. But that would have been an issue, open or closed, or condensed or not, so... Yeah, but it's an ugly pattern. I mean, basically what I was doing was doing this in between each letter, and it did not, like, it did not look particularly... It didn't look particularly good, and it added so many more loops in there that, like, I know you can't really, you know, I can't make too many changes to this to make this continuous. Like, I could actually take out this piece here and make it continuous, and then that'd be playing with the serifs, but I think that would just screw with people too much. But, like, this just got... Like, it felt so restrictive. Like, you're just crushing it. Let me see if I can... Yeah, I know, but it didn't look very... Like, it might have been legible, but it was legible in a very poor way. Let me grab some of them. I'll show you. It's not even... It just... I don't know. It felt so just constrictive, like I said. Alright, so this is like one of the oldest... One of the oldest methods I had for doing it. And yeah, pretty much you can see you just end up, well, this one you would have, I changed how I did the letter C so you didn't get this anymore. But you see you've got a loop here, and then you just end up getting this super closed in space. Like, this doesn't look very good in my opinion. And then like you get stuff like this. You get these upper loops down here. I don't know. So then here's the next, like the next thing that I did. So change the letter C, and immediately you can see it's still looking pretty good, but you still have, you know, these pieces here. So yeah, it tells you where the end of the letters are, or, you know, where each letter ends. But I don't... So, and that's kind of why I just got rid of it. Like, it just didn't... It didn't work too well. I think having the cheat sheet of each individual letter is more helpful than trying to figure out a better way to break apart the letters, because I just don't think it's going to look better. Because, like, yeah, you're just... Because what it always ends up starting to feel like is that, you know, like, oh, I'm just making a... You know, if I'm making a grid here real quick, And you're like, all right, well, here's my design. You're like, there's no loops in it, but it also doesn't really, it doesn't interlace. So I feel that, you know, this openness allows for more interlacing and, you know, make it look more Celtic. So which one do you like better, or which one do you think is more aesthetically? Oh, I like it. The smaller one ended up with more chords. Yeah, same word. Well, it's half, rather than well, it's not quite half, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 60% or so. Because rather than needing 2 for everything, I only need. It's a what's it? A progressive language. Progressive lettering, where your letters are sort of become dependent on the previous one. Futurama used one. Yeah, they call it AL2, a auto key cipher. Well, see, the thing is, do you find it easier to read or not? Where are we? Oh, I must say pause. I find it about equivalently to read. I guess it's not quite like AL2, but yeah, because now it's like, yeah, we're go to here to here. So we can do something like this, since I'm just gonna delete these chords anyway. All right. Control. C. All right, so I'll color in the I'll color in the useful spaces for you, though. So there's the one. And it has, well, it has more than one. The first one, AL1, is just a regular one-to-one cipher. AL2 is the more interesting one, where you subtract the value of the next character, or to find the second letter, you subtract the value of the second character from the first character to get you the second letter. And then you, so on and so forth. So the thing is, the Futurama writers really, really liked math. Now, here's an interesting question. So I didn't think of this until now, but how would you go about and show that this and this are I mean, they have a handful of math proofs and theorems about them. Like, one episode was written around, I assume they probably, like, started messing around with the math proof, thought of, you know, wrote it out, and then made an episode around it. But, like, a lot of the writers have math degrees as well. So now that we got this a little more set up here. Oh. Well, I guess they're coming after lunch. So that was the other reason why I started streaming this morning. Wow. Because I didn't think they were going to be over today. So this one makes sense. You've got E to E. This space cuts out. So now the important part for the V, I feel this one requires you to know more Morse code. Because you're just reading straight down these lines. Oh, so I guess it doesn't, because you've got dash, well, we got here, it's a dot. If it was, you know, if it was an O, it would go further. So I guess it still reads as a dot, but I know what it says. Let's so what if we take like a word like laughter? Then we would get rid of this. Get rid of you. So now you're just dot, 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 dot. HTEI. So I don't really like how what it does to like T and E here, but so this introduces a couple of issues and adds a lot more of these C breaks. So the longer the word, I think, the more... Well, they're not troublesome, they're just... They're just used less often. So, yeah, nearly half. I wonder though. I am kind of liking this idea. I feel like there's something here. Well, it'll give interesting knot patterns. I don't know if it'll give good ones. Some words will be better than other words. I don't know. But this is something I feel like it'd be a good avenue to go down. Do you know if have the speakers all been selected for the conference yet? Alright. What's going on? Twitch. Freaking out. Alright, well. I'll shoot him like a Facebook message or something. Because, I mean, last year, I didn't even have any of these block letters for the Morse code. And I think this is much more useful than what I was doing before. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna try to. We're gonna see. Um, may be able to luck out, convince my parents to go, and then that'll cover a chunk of the cost. But because they were, trying to plan their summer vacation, so I was like, well, I'm gonna be in Northern Ireland, so they might do another trip to Ireland. I don't know. We shall see. We shall see. Well, I mean, nowhere's far from Ireland. Like, if you're in Ireland, nowhere is particularly far away from anywhere else. It can seem that way, but I mean, Ireland is smaller than the state of Illinois. Alright. Well, it sounds like some people have shown up and they're starting to noodle around upstairs, so I think that's a good stopping point. No. Well, good luck. I think this is a good stopping point. I can go get some lunch, and then, I don't know. If it's not too loud this afternoon, I might be back to do more of just getting all of this stuff down. But, yeah. Let's move you over. There. This feels like hieroglyphics right here. Yeah. Also gives you some options because you can space some words out, collapse other words. Like for short words, making this into an of. Actually, yeah, all the way this way. Now you're starting to just get these like little small word chunks for your A's and your I's, and B to as. Oh. Luckily it didn't crash because I didn't save it once. I mean, A would be just this guy right here. So that would turn A into that. But yeah. Alright, well. Cool. Well, if I'm streaming again later, maybe I'll see you. Is it? I think isn't it gonna have a loop up here? No, it's not. Cool. Yeah, not a bad one. It's not A with C slapped onto it. Not with the drop down here. It's not. Like this is A and C on top of each other. But yeah. Cool. Alright, well, like I said, If I see you later, I'll see you later. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure I'll be there Sunday. I don't see any reason why I wouldn't be. But if something comes up, I'll let you know. All right. Till then. Later.